Good morning, KLGR viewers. I'm KLGR Farm Director Scott Colomb. Here's a look at your ag headlines and a market update. The Minnesota Department of Agriculture is now accepting applications for the 2023 Noxious Weed and Invasive Plant Grant Program. Counties, municipalities, tribal governments, and weed management entities, including weed management areas, may apply for grants to mitigate noxious weeds around the state. To be eligible for consideration, applicants must spend the grant funds by June 30th of this year. Since 2018, the department's Noxious Weed and Invasive Plant Grant has awarded over $1.3 million to fund a variety of activities, such as the purchase of equipment and supplies, conducting mapping and outreach activities, and the hiring of private applicators to manage noxious weeds. The department has awarded over 100 grants, averaging around $9,000. Applications are due by March 31st. The grant program is funded by the Environment and Natural Resource Trust Fund, as recommended by the Legislative Citizen Commission on Minnesota Resources. The Minnesota Department of Agriculture is now accepting applications for its 2023 Good Food Access Program grants to increase availability and access to affordable, nutritious, and culturally appropriate foods to underserved communities. The grant program's Equipment and Physical Improvement Grant helps grocery stores and small food retailers purchase equipment or make physical improvements that would allow them to stock more fresh foods. Potential projects include the purchase and installation of shelving, coolers, and freezers, as well as mobile food trucks, permanent infrastructure at farmers markets, or architectural work. A total of just over $320,000 is available for this year's round of equipment and physical improvement grants, and the department anticipates awarding between 10 and 18 grants of up to $50,000 each. A cash match is not required, and up to 50% of the award may be requested in advance. Meanwhile, the program's technical assistance grants is available to help nonprofit organizations and public agencies provide appropriate technical assistance, including guidance and resources on topics such as business planning, financing, marketing, food procurement and distribution, handling and merchandising of fresh foods, and more to eligible food retailers, such as grocery stores, corner stores, and farmers markets. The department anticipates awarding up to $100,000 in that round of technical assistance grants. Applicants may request between $5,000 and $50,000. The grants can cover up to 3/4 of the project costs. Awards for both grants must be used to support projects that are located in or serve census-designated food deserts or low to moderate income communities with limited access to supermarkets. All grant applications are due by Thursday, March 16th. And the National Cattlemen's Beef Association has recently filed a notice of intent to sue the Department of Interior and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. NCBA is planning the lawsuit over the listing of the lesser prairie chicken under the Endangered Species Act. NCBA Associate Director of Government Affairs, Sigrid Johannes, stated, quote, "The lesser prairie chicken only survives today because of the voluntary conservation efforts of ranchers. There are numerous places where this listing goes seriously wrong, and we are defending cattle producers against this overreaching, unscientific rule," end quote. The listing was previously set to take effect at the end of the month, but the rule was delayed by 60 days after pressure by NCBA and their allies. The listing will now take effect March 27th. That's a look at ag headlines. Looking at markets this morning, March corn's up 3/4 at $6.77 3/4. December up 1 1/4 at $5.92 1/2. March soybeans down 1 3/4 at $14.86 1/2, while November is down 1/4 at $13.37 3/4. Chicago, March wheat up 7 at $7.41 1/2. July is up 6 at $7.50 1/2. Minneapolis, March spring wheat up 6 3/4 at $9.09 3/4. July is up 7 at $8.98 even. Kansas, March red wheat up a dozen at $8.45 3/4. July is up 11 1/4 at $8.33 1/2. March oats up 3/4 at $3.75 3/4. July is unchanged at $3.69 even. March soybean meal down $1.40 at $458.40, while December's down $1 at $392 even. March soybean oil up down 34 cents at $60.64. December's down 19 cents at $59.01. On the livestock markets, February live cattle down 27.5 cents at $157.57. June down 12.5 cents at $157.72. February lean hogs down 17.5 cents at $76.92, while May is down 40 cents at $93 even. March feeder cattle down 20 cents at $183.40. May down 27.5 cents at $191.70. February pork cutouts down 40 cents at $85 even, while May is unchanged at $100.07.5. On the Class 3 milk futures, January is up 3 cents at $19.46. March down 14 cents at $18.07. That's a look at egg headlines and a market update here on KLGR. We'll have a look at egg news online at myklgr.com. I'm Farm Director Scott Colomb. Thanks for watching.